Early life and education. Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879, in Ulm, Germany, to Hermann Einstein and Pauline Koch. He had one sister, Maha. His family moved to Munich when he was an infant. Einstein showed an early interest in science and mathematics, often being curious about mechanical devices and puzzles. Einstein's parents enrolled him in a Catholic elementary school, but due to his rebellious nature and conflicts with authorities, he was eventually withdrawn and homeschooled. He began studying at the Swiss Federal Polytechnic in 1896, where he graduated in 1900 as a mathematics and physics teacher. Why Albert Einstein was a legend. In 1905, Einstein published 4 groundbreaking papers in the scientific journal, Annalen der Physik. These papers revolutionized physics and established his reputation. Special Theory of Relativity. This paper introduced the theory of special relativity, which redefined concepts of space, time, and the relationship between matter and energy. The famous equation E=mc² was derived in this paper. Photoelectric Effect. Einstein's paper on the photoelectric effect explained the behavior of light as both waves and particles. This work laid the foundation for quantum mechanics. Brownian Motion. Einstein's analysis of Brownian motion provided evidence for the existence of atoms and molecules, supporting the atomic theory. Mass-energy equivalence. The 4th paper explored the equivalence of mass and energy, leading to the development of nuclear energy and atomic bombs. General Theory of Relativity. In 1915, Einstein published his General Theory of Relativity, which introduced the concept that gravity is the result of the curvature of spacetime caused by mass and energy. This theory predicted the bending of light around massive objects and the existence of gravitational waves. Life in Berlin and emigration. Einstein became internationally renowned, and he moved to Berlin in 1914. He became involved in political and social causes, advocating for pacifism and civil rights. He won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1921 for his explanation of the photoelectric effect. As the Nazi regime gained power in Germany, Einstein, being of Jewish heritage, faced increasing persecution. In 1933, he left Germany and settled in the United States, accepting a position at the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton, New Jersey. Later years and legacy. Einstein spent his later years trying to develop a unified field theory that would unify gravity and electromagnetism, but he did not succeed in finding a complete solution. He became an advocate for nuclear disarmament and civil rights, and he corresponded with many prominent figures of his time. Albert Einstein passed away on April 18, 1955, at the age of 76 due to an abdominal aortic aneurysm. His contributions to science, including the theory of relativity and quantum mechanics, transformed our understanding of the universe and laid the groundwork for modern physics. He remains one of the most influential and iconic scientists in history. Albert Einstein was known for his unique personality, and some famous stories have circulated about him. The thought experiment on a train. One of the most well-known stories is about Einstein's thought experiment on a train. He imagined a person inside a train moving at the speed of light and a person standing outside watching. He questioned how simultaneous events would appear to both observers, leading to his insights on the theory of relativity. Einstein and the blackboard. Once, during a lecture, a student asked Einstein for his home address. Einstein, instead of providing his address, wrote it on the blackboard, saying, "If you want to know my address, you can find it there." The student was surprised, as he had expected a straightforward answer. Einstein's famous, "God does not play dice" quote. Einstein was known for his discomfort with the probabilistic nature of quantum mechanics. He famously said, "God does not play dice with the universe," expressing his unease with the idea that events at the quantum level were random. Einstein's membership card. After Einstein became a member of the Princeton Club, he misplaced his membership card. When asked by the staff for his identification, he reportedly replied, "Do you know who I am? If you did, you wouldn't ask me for ID." He was eventually allowed in without the card. Einstein and his violin. Einstein was not only a brilliant physicist but also an accomplished violinist. He found playing the violin to be a relaxing and creative outlet. There's a story that when he was a professor at Princeton, he would play his violin in his office, often drawing curious and amazed students to listen outside his door. Einstein's love for sailing. Einstein loved sailing, and he often sailed on a small boat he owned on the waters near his home in Princeton. He found solace and relaxation in sailing, which allowed him to escape from the pressures of his work. These stories provide glimpses into Einstein's personality, his unconventional thinking, and his interactions with the world around him. They contribute to the colorful and enduring image of one of history's most iconic scientists. Here are a few lesser-known facts about Albert Einstein. Einstein had a speech difficulty as a child, and he didn't start speaking until around the age of 3. He was a talented violinist and loved playing music. He once said that if he hadn't become a physicist, he would have become a musician. Einstein's brain was preserved after his death in 1955 for scientific study. Researchers found that certain parts of his brain had more glial cells, which are non-neuronal cells that support and protect neurons. He was offered the presidency of Israel in 1952, but he declined, stating that he lacked the experience and the aptitude for the role. Einstein was an advocate for civil rights and was a member of the NAACP. He corresponded with civil rights leaders like W.E.B. Du Bois and supported the civil rights movement. He was a patent clerk when he published his groundbreaking papers on special relativity and the photoelectric effect in 1905, which are now considered some of the most important contributions to physics. Einstein was invited to be the second president of Israel's Technion Institute in 1919, but he turned down the offer. He had a lifelong passion for sailing and often took to the water to clear his mind and relax. Einstein was offered a contract to be the face of Israel's cigarette company in the 1950s, but he declined the offer. He was known for his iconic hairstyle, which he chose to maintain for simplicity's sake. He didn't like wasting time on grooming. These facts shed light on the multifaceted personality and life of Albert Einstein beyond his well-known contributions to physics.